Spanien, das schöne Land des Weins und der Gesänge. Spain, that beautiful country of wine and songs. And let me say, also of surfing. Or let us say, because today I'm not on my own, at least in the initial phase of this video, because as you can see, Lily is not so enthusiastic about being my co-host. Yeah, cheerio, surf addictors, merhaba friends and Shakespearean surfers? Well, not exactly, because the quote is from Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and as I'm German, a quote from Goethe should be alright. Today, we'll take a look at San Vicente de la Barquera, a nice surf spot, beautiful village situated on the Costa Verde, the green coast of Spain, northern Spain facing the Atlantic Ocean, in the province of Cantabria. So, now Lily will leave the scene and continue sleeping and maybe also snoring underneath my desk. Lily, say goodbye, good boy. There's more to San Vicente than just surfing. But first things first, and we'll start with the surfing conditions. The spot is so beautiful that from 2014 to 2022, I went there every year with the exception of one lockdown year during the Corona times. Although it is almost 2,000 kilometers away from my hometown, and it's quite a long journey to go there by car. But the beaches, there are two beautiful surfable beaches. They are so great that it's worth traveling there, even if it takes a day and a half or 2 days. First, there is the Playa de Meron and Playa de Oyambre. They are situated next to each other and they are very, very close to the village. The waves are relatively consistent and the best surfing period is in October, as you can see. Thanks, by the way, to surfforecast.com, which is the platform that I took these pictures from, and it really gives you great information about surfing spots all over the world. Well, the waves, they are fine for beginners, and as I started surfing there, it was the ideal spot for me, and they are also suitable for intermediates. The wave consistency, as you see, it is in October, which is the best time to go there if you go for surfing, is every second day, statistically, you find waves that you can surf. And the people there in the water and outside the water, super friendly. There is a bit of localism, especially when it is more crowded on the weekends. You know, it is also understandable because the locals, they work all week and they just want to surf on the weekend and without being disturbed or hassled by beginners such as me. Anyway, in October or in late October, not only there is a good wave consistency, but there are also some days that may be quite stormy. And I would strongly advise you not to enter the water if these conditions prevail, because the wind is very, very strong. There are super strong currents. You feel that your feet, even if you are in shallow waters, you're not stable. The current is so strong, it draws you wherever it wants with a gusty wind blowing, so just stay outside, whatever your surf level is. What else do we need to talk about? The water temperature. In October it's still rather warm. It's around 18 or 19 degrees. So with a full body 3.2 Neo, you're just fine. By the way, there are several surf schools, and I would advise you to just go to one of those surf schools. They speak not only Spanish, but also English, French, Italian, German, so you'll find whatever suits you. So keep in mind, however, that the official season ends by the end of October. So then one shop after the other, or one surf school after the other, closes down for winter, and the beaches, they get quite deserted, which is a very nice sight if you just want to be there on your own. Yeah, and one thing which is really spectacular, if you're lucky, in late October, in the mountains, Picos de Europa, which I will talk about just in a second, it starts snowing. And you are there inside the water, you're surfing towards the beach, and you see snow-covered mountains. That's, I think, all you need to know about surfing in San Vicente de la Barquera, Cantabria. There are, however, other things you can do. As I said, wave consistency in October around 50%, so every second day, good waves, decent waves. So if you're there for surfing, what can you do on the other days? Well, if you are not into stand-up paddling, which is an alternative, because in the harbor entry of San Vicente there is calm, surfable or stand-up paddleable water, really nice. On the endless beaches, of course, you can go jogging. You can go hiking along the green coast and make friend with some cows. And something else, of course, you can go to San Vicente, take a look at the historical center of the village. There is a great church, because you have to know that San Vicente is next to the Way of St. James, so it's a pilgrim's path. Unfortunately, the church was always locked when I went there, but the sight from underneath the church is spectacular. So much green landscape, which is something that you don't expect when you think of Spain. There is a medieval castle that you can visit, and you can just enjoy the city itself, or the village itself. There are great restaurants, and especially if you like fish. Yeah, and something else that you can do, as I said, there are mountains nearby. Picos de Europa, which is, I think, the second largest mountain range in Spain, about half an hour, 45 minutes away from San Vicente, and you can go there for hiking. In October, I was almost on my own in every place, and that's a nice contrast to surfing if you just go hiking and you're there in the mountains. They are, I think, about 1,500 meters high or so, even higher some of them, and you enjoy the silence. And that is something that I would advise you to do, especially on a day that is not surfable. The next city is Santander, so if you want to go to a sort of bigger city, it's about half an hour away. And there is also an airport in Santander, so if you arrive by plane, or if you travel by plane. One other aspect, and I think it is about the last aspect that we can talk about, is accommodation. There are all sorts of accommodations. Of course, you can go there with your own van. And I would advise you to not go there in summer if you're a van tourist. First, in summer it's very, very hot, it's very, very crowded, and there are many van tourists, and some of them just misbehave. That's what I heard. So they are not really super welcome in that space, which is understandable. Another alternative, of course, is to book a room in a hotel or to stay on a campsite, such as El Rosal, which is a campsite very, very near to Playa de Meron, one of the beaches, the one near the harbor entry, which is the best surf spot in my opinion. And quite near to Playa de Meron, there is also a great apartment which is owned by Beatriz, an adorable person, great host. That's the apartment where I stayed. It's got 2 bedrooms, 1 living room, super nice kitchen, a balcony, bathroom, and as I said, it's quite close to the beach, about 200 meters away from the beach. And from the balcony, you've got a great sight on the harbor and also on the village of San Vicente itself, the church, the castle, which is very, very nice to look at in the evening, because then it's illuminated and it's super romantic. Yeah, so far for San Vicente, I'd say, because we've talked about surfing, we have talked about stand-up paddling, hiking, we've talked about accommodation, the best surf season. Yeah, and one last thing, part of the attraction of San Vicente is also due to the fact that it is situated near the natural reserve of Oyambre. So there is lots and lots, as it is a natural reserve, of untouched or semi-untouched nature around. And as I already said, it is green, it's really green. So to sum it all up, San Vicente is really a nice place for surfing for beginners and intermediates. The best surfing season is autumn, say October and the beginning of November. There are 2 great surfable large beaches, Playa de Meron and Playa de Oyambre. If the waves are not surfable, there are lots of alternatives, especially in the mountains, and the accommodation, just select whatever suits you. Okay, that's about it for today for San Vicente de la Barquera. If you like the video, thumbs up. If you don't like it, thumbs somewhere else, wherever you like them. And I would be very grateful if you also subscribed to this channel, because you'll find videos not only about traveling and surfing, but there are and there still will be other interesting topics, either in English or in German. Okay, stay tuned, stay healthy, and have a good time. See you, friends. Cheerio, Surf Addictors.